Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Colorgram Miffy Milk Cheek Blushes. I have never tried anything from Colorgram before, but I do really like Miffy as a character, and when I saw that they had a little collaboration going for some liquid blushes, I literally couldn't resist because I think that they are so cute. I did have a little bit of trouble getting these and I can't find very many of them available unfortunately, so I don't think that you will be able to get the full collection anymore, but it depends on where you live, so things that are shipping to New Zealand definitely don't have the full collection, but there are some available. Unfortunately, I can't really find a product description for these, so we just have to kind of go on without one, so I don't know what expectations to have for the product. But the packaging itself is really cute. It has a little Miffy on the front on a little moon, and I just think that the packaging is adorable. Normally I wouldn't go for something that has yellow as a predominant colour, but I do think that it is very fitting. I really like that you can see the colour of the blush through the bottom part of the packaging as well. It makes it easy to find which one you want to use very quickly. There are 4 colours in the collection. There are 3 blushes and 1 contour colour, which I was very interested by. I think that the blush colours are all really pretty and the contour colour is actually really lovely as well. It's not too dark and it's not too light. So shade number 1 is a light peachy pink. It looks pink in the bottle, but it's not actually that kind of colour. It's really like... So to apply these, I apply a generous amount straight onto my face, and then I either use my fingers or a cushion puff to pat it out. So today I'm just going to pat it out using my fingers, and then you get the prettiest payoff there. My skin looks so nice, so fresh, so cute. There's no like pulling away of the foundation underneath. However, even though you saw that I applied a lot, it kind of has blended right into my skin, and if I powder over top, it will disappear. So that is what shade number 1 looks like without any blush, and then with. It is such a gorgeous colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the other side, so the other cheek, and then I'm going to powder one side, and then I'm going to show you guys the difference between powdering and not powdering the blush, because I swear every time I powder it, it disappears. Like I cannot see it at all. And I don't want to apply too much because it doesn't work well over powder, I can tell you that for free. So that is shade number 1 without any powder on. Super pretty, super lovely. Then I'm going to take my Laura Mercier powder, which is my general powder that I use at the moment, and a gigantic fluffy brush. I'm going to use a small amount of the powder because I don't need a huge amount, just mushed around on the brush like that. And then I'm just going to pat it on like this. And then the blush kind of disappears. So you can see this side now, comparison to that side, or at least I can see the difference. It's not gone, like there's still some blush there, but not nearly as much blush as there was before. The powder really diminishes the colour like I've never seen it with a blush. So like even looking at myself here, I can see much more colour on this side, which is a shame because I powder my face, I would say 9 times out of 10, because my skin does get oily throughout the day and I'm a face toucher. So if I have a foundation that sets down perfectly, I don't need to powder, but the majority of my foundations do not set down perfectly, so I do need to powder my skin. But this is shade number 1. Shade number 2 is a cute peach colour. I don't wear this one a huge amount because it is pretty orange. Today it's looking very neon. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to show you patting it out with a cushion puff, so this is just a dirty cushion puff. And that way you can keep your fingers nice and clean. However, the cushion puff does soak up a fair amount of the product, so you see that I have to keep going back in with more and more of the blush. With these ones I do feel like you have to use considerably a larger amount of blush or product than normally you would. So in that instance, it's not the most price effective if it's your only blush. However, I have so many, it's unlikely that I'm ever going to finish an entire blush. So for me, it's not something that I'm super concerned about, but it is worth noting if you're only going to get one blush, or if you haven't got that many at home, you're probably going to go through it quite quickly. So this is shade number 2 without any blush. And then with the blush, it doesn't look nearly as neon orange as it does to start with. Once it's all blended out, it does look like a nice peach colour for me. These also smell like candy. They are, I don't know what the smell is, but maybe like grape or something like that. They are so tasty smelling, which is weird for a blush because it's not like I'm going to be putting it on my lips. As far as I know, these are not lip safe. It doesn't say like anything about it really, but then again I can't actually find an English translation for the majority of the stuff, so I don't know what the colours are called. so I'm only calling them colour number 1 and number 2. But that is shade number 2 on both cheeks. I really like the colour, even though it is an orange, which is strange for me because, like I said, all blended out, it actually looks like a really pretty peach. So this is shade number 2. Shade number 3 is red, but it's not too bright of a red. It is more like tangerine orange red, maybe. Really struggling with like identifying the colours today, apparently. So I'm going to blend that in with my cushion puff again because the red one does make my fingers a little bit red. They don't stain a huge amount, and these certainly won't stain your cheeks, but I prefer using the cushion puff for this colour in particular. I also need a lot less product, so you see that I only really needed to apply it once, and I'm done because it's red. So this is what it looks like without, and then with the red colour there. So this is shade number 3. It's not the colour that I gravitate towards the most. I definitely use number 1 the most, but it does look a really nice, like, gentle natural blush kind of colour. It doesn't look quite as artificial as the other ones do on my skin, I think. So this is shade number 3. And then of course shade number 4 is the contour, so I'm going to leave shade number 3 on, and then I'm just going to add the contour colour as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my cheeks, and then I'm going to do my nose as well. The nose isn't going to work extremely well because I have got powder on it already, but you won't be able to tell because it's on camera. And the textures are really hard to see. And pop a little bit out here as well. So that just kind of helps to round out my forehead a little bit. My forehead's not super huge, but it's not, like, the hairline isn't the best. It's not a widow's peak, but it's not super round. So that just helps to round out the forehead a little bit. This one I think disappears so quickly into my skin, like, where did that go? Sometimes I feel like I can't see it, which is annoying, so that's why I'm going to do one side. But I'm just using my cushion puff at the moment. This one is clean of blushes, so this is what I've been using to touch up my base makeup before and after the swatches. So that is super easy to blend out. See, that one I can see really nicely on camera. I don't know what it is. In real life, I can't see it pretty much at all. So that is one side of my face done with the contouring, and I think in the screen I can see it more than I can see it in real life. So I can definitely see that cheek in the camera, but not in real life. It's bizarre. So that is one side without, and then one side with. This side of my face is a little bit harder to contour because my fringe is on the side, which means that you can't see a lot of that forehead contour. So when I press that down, it's a lot less noticeable. This side I also have my birthmark, so this is almost the colour of my birthmark, which is crazy. And that kind of does interrupt any contouring or bronzing that I do on the side of my face because it is literally right where that starts. So I kind of have to blend nicely. There we go. And then this side of my nose actually is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that that side of my face is harder to work with, that's all. Alright, so that is my face all done with number 4. I don't know how this nose contour is going. I think that's quite crooked, but I think I can see a difference. Let me know what you guys think. But this is shade number 4. So overall, I'm actually still on the fence with these products. They are really fun to use, the packaging is really cute, and they're easy enough to apply. However, every time I put powder over the top, the colours just seem to totally disappear, which is really bizarre. However, I have found that on camera, you can still see them really well because I used the contour colour in a video and I didn't think I could see it, and then when I looked back at the footage, I was like, oh, I can see that really nicely. So it's a bit of a weird one for me so far. Not 100% on that, but I'd love to know what you guys think about the colours. Can you see them really nicely and accurately on the camera, or do you think that you can't really see them? So I can only see what I can see on the viewfinder so far, so I'm very confused, and I'll be looking back at the footage and thinking, I can see that, or maybe not. There are obviously a lot of things that I do like about these products. I love the packaging, I love the scent of the product as well, which is a strange thing for a blush to be scented, like such a sweet, like candy kind of scent. I think it's like grapes, I think. It is delicious though. But if you can't actually see the product on your skin, then there's not really much point in wearing it, is there? So let me know what you guys think. I'd be super interested to know. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.